up next.
On a special Your Pittsburgh from Phipps Conservatory.
Our favorite Your Pittsburgh stories of the year.
Looking for an original gift for the holidays? How about a helicopter tour?
I'm Christine DiAntonio. I'll tell you how you can get a bird's eye view of the bird.
We're going fishing with Brett Keisel.
Real.
You know him for football, but now he's sharing his love of the outdoors. See what happens when Team KDKA casts a line.
Way to go, man.
And don't miss us taking on a new type of escape room in our area. Can we get out in time?
Magic, happen, please!
We'll show you how it's different and why you may want to give it a try.
Plus, you wanted to know why police have those motorcycle sidecars, so I'm taking a ride to find out.
And if you love homemade pasta, the Italian restaurant we're checking out may be exactly what you've been waiting for.
They are delicious.
From KDKA-TV, this is Your Pittsburgh with David Highfield and Susan Copen.
Hi everybody, we're coming to you from the fabulous Phipps Conservatory Winter Flower Show. I'm David Highfield.
And I'm Susan Copen. What a beautiful location, both inside and outside, where they have the winter light garden. Really puts you in the mood for the holidays.
It sure does. And speaking of the holidays, our first story tonight is really a great gift idea. One of our favorites from 2017. It's a helicopter tour of the city.
And it's not as expensive as you might think. And as Christine DiAntonio found out, the view is spectacular.
We know it well, this iconic view of Pittsburgh from Mount Washington. But this is a view you don't see every day.
You can't get it from Mount Washington.
Meet John Marsteller, owner and chief pilot of Stellar Copters.
Every day when we land, it's the excitement on everybody's faces, just like yourselves, that we really see.
They offer sightseeing tours over the city, and I couldn't wait to give it a try.
I'm so excited. Do I get in here?
Brushing a few jitters aside, I climb aboard.
My first time.
Awesome.
Within minutes, we're floating above the Berg. It's like I'm a tourist in my own city. You never see it like this.
That's the view that I love right there, right over the river. Well worth it.
Marsteller has been flying for 14 years.
Off to the left is where the Uber course is. We got a couple cars down there on it right now.
He's flown over parts of California and Las Vegas, but he says our skyline is really something.
This city's got a unique landscape, the valleys, the hills.
A few years back, he saw a post on Facebook from someone flying into the city on an airplane.
He took a picture out the window and said, "Man, I wish I could see this from a helicopter."
That gave Marsteller the idea to start tours here. For $95, you and two friends can go on a private 7-mile tour that takes you over downtown. For $149, you can get a 12-mile tour that includes Oakland and the stadiums on the North Shore. And it's exhilarating.
The experience of being up in it, the vibrations, the shakes, it's not scary. It's not like a roller coaster.
Taking in the sights from 500 feet up almost leaves me speechless. You see pictures of it, you've seen people do this, but to actually experience it, it's just incredible.
Now, the tours leave the Allegheny County Airport, and the ones that we were talking about are 8 to 13 minutes, but they do have longer ones.
And you might wonder, who's going to go on a helicopter tour in the middle of winter? But John tells me they're actually kind of busy in January because people give this as a gift, and also people like to go up when it's dark so they can see all the city lights.
A beautiful view of the city at night, and we should mention that the helicopter is heated.
Yes, they have a heater. You will not freeze. Okay, well, now another favorite from the year. That time we tried to get out of a Generation 2 escape room.
Yeah, a group of us escaped a regular escape room a couple years ago, but this time we decided to try the Generation 2. And a Generation 2 relies less on the locks and the keys and more on technology and sensors.
Yeah, so we assembled a group of our friends at KDKA and we gave it a try.
You guys ready to do this?
We're ready! But before we begin, let's introduce our team. Lynn Hayes Freeland, Bob Pompiani, Lisa Washington, Amy Wattis, and of course, Susan and me.
Good luck, guys.
All right, here we go.
We enter a game called Carnegie's Millions, based on industrialist Andrew Carnegie. With just 60 minutes on the clock, we immediately begin examining everything. Searching for clues in a room made to resemble his study.
Directions are under your feet.
We solve one challenge, and a desk drawer pops open with a key and Bible inside. But what do we do with them? There's a chess set, a potted plant, what's important and what's not. We eventually make the right moves, and a secret passage opens. The owners of Escape Room Pittsburgh have an impressive number of hidden cameras, so they can watch our every move.
It's good logic that they're following that.
Joe and Corey Deasy are cousins who started their first escape room experience in Greenfield. Now they've opened this second one in a former bank building in Homestead. They give you clues over a walkie-talkie and also have a little fun.
You get bonus points if you wear the hat.
With the clock ticking, excitement is building.
54 minus 24
is 30.
While there are victories, there are also false alarms.
Momentary gratification and then another roadblock.
But eventually, we make it inside a safe.
Now it opens!
Each new room comes with more puzzles, and occasionally, some frustration.
Magic happen, please!
But with time winding down, we seem to be on a roll. We scoop up some bags with dollar signs.
We gotta put these somewhere.
Oh, in the front room, I know.
And rush around with just seconds left. This is when some of the room's best special effects appear.
Here's one, here it comes.
We make a last-second effort to solve the final puzzle, and then...
We're free to go! Or did time expire?
Turns out Bob's right. Time runs out before we solve it. Nevertheless, we all had a blast.
Man, you've really got to be on your P's and Q's and notice every single thing.
Everything's a clue. And when you look at things, you got to consider all of them.
It was a great bonding experience between me and my coworkers.
Did you come back?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I'm ready to book already.
Just a little bit longer, we would have had it.
Yeah, that was a difficult one. And since we did that, they have added another room. It is called Subway Escape, where you're trapped in a subway. And they have a third one there as well called Tomb Explorer, where you can navigate an ancient Egyptian maze.
It costs $27 per person, and we have more information at KDKA.com/YourPittsburgh.
Still to come on our Best of 2017 edition. One of our most popular stories, Team KDKA goes fishing with Brett Keisel.
I love having Team KDKA out here.
We try out the business he started after retiring from the Steelers.
Mangia! We're visiting a cool Italian place that does not disappoint, and it's about to offer something new.
And after the break,
Does that look goofy?
I'm suiting up for a ride with police and learning the real reason they have motorcycle sidecars. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Emmy Award-winning Your Pittsburgh, honored with 2 more Mid-Atlantic Emmy nominations this year.
Welcome back to our special Best of 2017 Your Pittsburgh as we come to you from Phipps Conservatory.
Time for our You Wanted to Know segment. This is where you tell us what story you want to see. And you said you want to know about the Pittsburgh Police Motorcycle Unit and why they have those sidecars.
This was my favorite story of the year. I got to do something really cool. Take a look.
Ever wonder why Pittsburgh police motorcycles have sidecars? The answer is as unique as the group itself.
Pittsburgh got their first motorcycle unit in 1909, and we have ridden Harley-Davidsons continuously since.
While using Harleys has remained the same, a lot else has changed. In the 50s, the uniform included a leather hat and bow tie. In the 60s, they changed over to helmets. The late 80s saw the largest number of motorcycle cops, a total of 60. Nowadays, there are 23. Maintaining traffic flow is their beat, and the unit is at the forefront of major events. The Pens Parade, escorting politicians, protests and on movie sets. Members of the unit are out 365 days a year.
First day, Lieutenant told me, he said there's 2 rules. He said if I ride, everybody rides, and rule 2 was I ride every day.
It's a rite of passage to get your picture taken under the time and temperature display at this bank on the North Shore.
You get some strange looks when you're riding and it's 10 degrees out and you're wearing ski goggles and a balaclava covering your face. People kind of look at you strange and say, are you really riding in this kind of weather?
Ready?
Which brings us back to that sidecar. I got a chance to take a spin around the block in it.
Have you ever had anybody besides me in your sidecar before?
I actually have not. You're the first.
So is this for capturing and bringing in bad guys? Not really.
Stability only, so we don't fall over any ice and snow.
Yes, they only use the sidecars in winter months to give them better balance. And as for what's inside, well, they're often a suitcase for supplies.
Boots, rain gear, rain jacket, another extra jacket, rain pants, basically everything you could think of under the sun in case something really went wrong.
And a big thank you to Pittsburgh Police for letting me ride along. I thought they would say no when I said, can I get in the sidecar? They said yes. Thank you for that. It was a thrill.
And you said people were looking at you.
Yeah, like I was a little bit crazy, but I didn't care.
If I saw Susan Copen in a sidecar, I'd be looking too.
Still to come on our Best of 2017 edition, a restaurant to consider if you're going out over the holidays. Susan and I are digging in.
What about a visit to Phipps Conservatory for the Winter Flower Show and Light Garden? We'll give you a better look coming up.
And right after the break, Brett Keisel is showing Team KDKA how it's done.
Oh, I gotta get this.
As we check out the retired Steelers' new business.
Yes, Lynn, awesome job.
Stay with us.
You're watching Your Pittsburgh on KDKA-TV with David Highfield and Susan Copen.
Welcome back to a special edition of Your Pittsburgh as we come to you from Phipps Conservatory and the Winter Flower Show.
We are sharing the best of the best tonight, our favorite stories from 2017. And this next one may be one of my favorite stories of all time.
All time.
I mean, when the year started, who knew I was going to get to go fishing with Brett Keisel?
I'm a little jealous I didn't get to go out on this story, but we all know Brett from the Steelers, but what is he doing now?
Well, a group of us got to find out and had an unforgettable experience.
When Brett Keisel retired from football after 13 years as a Pittsburgh Steeler, he wasn't sure what he would do next. But he found the answer in the peace and quiet of places like this.
I was like, you know what? I love nature. Nature was what I used all the time playing football, dealing with anxiety, depression, which the NFL is packed with those things. This is how I got away. This is my therapy.
And this is where you really need to go to understand Brett Keisel. Being outdoors was part of his growing up.
It started for me when I was young, and my family would take me out, and that was how we bonded as a family.
And now he wants to share that experience with others, along with what it takes to be part of a successful team.
One of the reasons we were so good is because we were so tight.
So he's created Mighty Oak Adventures, where corporate teams can bond out in nature. And that's where our team from KDKA comes in. Rich Walsh, Lynn Hayes-Freeland, Ross Gadati, and I are going fly fishing with Brett, giving a Mighty Oak adventure a try. But some of us struggle just to get the waders on.
I'm not really an outdoors person.
We're meeting at a place called Home Waters outside Altoona, fishing in Spruce Creek, called the Stream of Presidents. Eisenhower and Carter both fished here.
Hopefully the fish are hungry because we're about to attack.
The water comes from a spring, so it's a constant temperature and perfect for trout.
Oh my gosh, there's some gators in there.
He just means big fish, not actual gators.
Really. Like, look right here. You see this trout right there?
Yes.
See him?
Okay.
Look how big that fish is.
The The trout are big, but before we can snag one, it's time for a little instruction from Brett and Homewaters coach Joel Catalano.
Look at the size of the hook.
Yeah, it's tiny, right?
The bait, or fly, looks like this, made to imitate a water insect. And once a fish bites, you have to set the hook.
I don't know. There he is. Nice.
Yeah?
Okay. You look great.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Ready.
So with that, we begin casting our lines.
Hands off the reel. Hands off the reel.
Right away, I hook one, and Brett talks me through wearing the fish down.
Reel, 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 reel.
Reeling it in as it comes toward you, but also letting it swim out.
This is a big one, too.
Well done.
It takes skill, and sometimes the fish wins in a dramatic way.
Lost it.
That's like having a slap shot coming by your head, man.
Yes, Lynn. Awesome job.
Lynn snags one too.
Lynn, you are doing everything perfect.
We can see the fish in the water. Brett's ready with a net, but somehow...
Oh, no!
It manages to slip away. Then she gets another bite.
You got this one.
They're stronger than you think they are, though.
But after a lengthy battle...
Oh!
Oh, yeah. Oh!
The fish don't give our veteran fisherman Ross a break either.
Yeah.
Oh. And it hurts when the big ones get away.
There he is.
Oh, he took it. I'm gonna catch a coal. That's about all.
Oh. There you go. All right.
Richie!
But it's Rich who turns our luck around.
Oh, I gotta get this.
He's never fished before.
Yeah!
Yeah!
But he manages to catch his first fish.
Nice job,
It's a pretty
buddy.
nice one, isn't it?
Way to go, man.
He poses for a pic with a prize-worthy rainbow trout.
Attaboy, Rich!
My man.
Way to
Thanks,
go,
buddy.
brother! Good job.
Appreciate it.
And then returns it to the water.
Here you go, buddy.
Not to be outdone, I get one on the line as well, a brown trout.
Hey, David, we don't lose to the Browns, okay? The brown trout.
It puts up quite a battle.
That's a big fish, David. That's a good-sized fish.
And takes off swimming upstream.
Holy cow! He's trying to swim to Johnstown.
And when I reel him back in, somehow my big fish has been swapped out for this little guy.
What is this?
Oh, wow!
I fought so hard.
Despite the size, still worth a photo. When it's over, Brett says we're like every group he takes on these adventures.
And they talk about the giant one that got away, or the one they landed, or the one that got off and a smaller one came and ate it.
How does that
I
happen?
don't know. It's nature.
Most importantly, he says it's about getting out of the office, working as a team.
I talked to him about facing adversity, overcoming challenges, all those different things that we had to go through too when we were playing.
And of course, it's also the thrill of the big catch.
This is really cool. Felt like a champion because I caught a fish.
I loved it. It was great. I've fished every kind of fishing. This is now my favorite.
There's something about the back and forth with the fish. I would absolutely do it again.
Team KDK was solid. They can go home with their heads held high.
Yeah, it was very cool. Now, they are taking a break for the winter, but they will start again in the spring.
And you can do more than just go fishing. There's hunting, hiking, biking, and they do some of these at Nemacolin, also a beautiful spot.
Absolutely. And these are only for corporate groups. So if you have a company and you're looking for something to sort of build the team with the employees, this could be perfect for you.
And we have more information on Mighty Oak at kdka.com/yourpittsburgh. Still to come, it's time to eat.
If you love homemade pasta, we have found the place for you. A restaurant that's also planning something new. Stay with us. Contact us on Facebook or Twitter. We want to know what you want to see. After all, our show is called
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh. Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh. Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to our Best of 2017 Your Pittsburgh special. And we're coming to you tonight from Phipps Conservatory's Winter Flowers Show. They really do an exceptional job with this.
And if you want to visit, you also want to check out the outdoor light garden. Admission for adults is $17.95. Kids get in for $11.95, and it runs through January 7th.
And you can reserve tickets with specific times online. And we have a link at KDKA.com/YourPittsburgh.
Okay, this is when we get to check out a cool new restaurant.
Yeah, we ate at a lot of great places this year, but one of our favorites is perfect if you love authentic Italian food.
It's also a perfect spot if you want to check out someplace special for the holidays. There's a casual, relaxed feel to DiAnoia's Eatery in the Strip. And come hungry because the food does not disappoint. Almost all the pasta is made in-house. David and I try the gnocchi, which is made with potato. They are delicious. Now time for the meatballs. 1, 2, 3 go. The perfect complement to the pasta. We also try the vodka baked with sausage and spaghetti with a blend of cheeses, but David has a little trouble.
Susan, you're Italian. What am I doing wrong?
You need to use the spoon. There you go, right there. But once he gets the twirl down, there you go. See?
All right. Oh,
perfection. Now plop it onto your plate.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow, thanks for talking me through.
The restaurant's name comes from the last names of the husband and wife team whose dream it was to open this place.
DiAnoia's Eatery, and it comes from DeAndrea and Anoia, and we just combine the two.
We have a lot of family recipes that we're serving, so it's, you know, our two families coming together.
Next up, steak Florentine.
Wow. Good flavor?
Oh. Cooked in a cast iron skillet and seasoned perfectly.
I didn't think we could eat this all, but I'm thinking there's a good chance we can eat it all.
Stuffed as we are, we can't pass up one more Italian treat, a tray of homemade cookies.
It's really good.
Too good to leave any behind, so we have the rest boxed up. And take them home.
A great place to check out during the holiday season, although they're not open Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
And here's what's new. In the summer, they plan to open up a pizzeria right next to the restaurant and serve pizza by the slice.
Sounds good. Now we have more info for you about DiAnoia's Eatery at KDKA.com/YourPittsburgh. Before we go, a reminder to join us on Facebook right after this show.
Just like the Your Pittsburgh Facebook page and chime in to our live chat.
And that's it for tonight. From all of us here, thanks for watching, and thank you to Phipps for hosting us.
From our family to yours, have a happy and healthy holiday season.
We will be back next month with a brand new episode. We'll see you next time.